Mickey, good afternoon. Another good week for Hellraiser.
How you doing, Adam? Good to see you again.
Let's start with Sunday. You were at a show, Tommy Dove show.
Yeah, so we've got Onder Ozgul, got a run out on Sunday. He boxed well. I mean, his fight before he looked really poor, and I think he would probably say no. He just underperformed, did really badly. I mean, just so many basic mistakes he made. I actually started doubting him. I thought maybe he's run his race. Maybe he's just had too many, because he boxed in the WSB World Series of Boxing. He was an amateur, high-level amateur, and I just sometimes they burn out. And when I saw the last fight, that's what I was worried about. Sunday he looked fresh as a daisy. He went out. He was blisteringly fast. His feet, the biggest improvement I noticed in him were his feet, he was just all over the guy straight away, cutting the ring off, stepping across, working him constantly, not giving this guy a second's breather, and landing some heavy shots on him. And the guy wasn't a dummy, he was fighting a Central Area champion who had come to win and have a go, and Onder took care of business. He looked impressive, looked really good. So big things for him now. I don't know exactly where we're going to go. We're sort of contemplating a few different moves, but
we'll get onto that slightly later, because that feeds into another thing. But
exactly.
So Onder did very well, but also news for his brother Siar this week.
Yes, yeah, we've done a deal for him. I mean, he won the Southern Area title on the Mayfair Sporting Club show that we ran in January. They've got like 25,000 live views on Facebook.
It was a good fight, that.
It was a brilliant fight. It was probably the best Southern Area title fight of the year that I think will be. I mean, he really did well. There's been some good ones since, but yeah, he really put up a good performance. Danny Parsons, who he boxed against, really boxed out of his skin as well, which made it the fight that it was. I thought Shia would then be ready to be pushed on, but unfortunately he suffered a fractured jaw in the fight, and he's been set back. So we're just getting, he's had it operated on, wired. We're getting it signed off in the next sort of 10 days.
He certainly doesn't lack for confidence, Shia, does he?
No, he'll fight anybody. Okay, that's now part of this. When they're friends of mine, right? Andy O'Kane and Errol Johnson, who are promoting this show in Bristol, they're friends of mine. I've been doing business with them for more than 10 years. They've rolled the dice plenty of times putting guys on my show. Shia will go anywhere, fight anyone, and because he's had this period of time out, I now want to get Shia busy, and I thought, okay, these guys, although he does have to sell some tickets, it's not based on massive ticket sales, and he'll take some people. I know some people in Bristol will buy tickets. We'll do his quota, and it gets him his first run out of the year. It's not an easy fight. I mean, he's a very decent-looking technical boxer, Kane Stewart. I've never seen him in the flesh. I've only seen him on YouTube. But you can see he's a decent-looking kid, So it's not an easy fight for Siar. I can tell you, it's definitely not an easy fight for Kane Stewart. He's maybe a more polished boxer, technical boxer than what Siar is, but
well, as we saw against Danny Parsons, Shia can throw bombs for 10 rounds.
Shia is a beast in the boxing ring, and he doesn't take a backward step. He will come to knock Kane Stewart out.
He's been sparring Conor Benn, Hara Davis,
Shia. And not taking a backward step against those guys. And he, like I say, he will go in there not to outbox him. He will go in there to knock him out. You're fighting away from home. He understands it. This is away from home now. Not all the other fights been on my shows. We try and protect him and look up. Right. If we want to get him a run of fights one after the other, he has to fight away from home, because he won't sell the tickets every month. And he wants to fight every month. We want to get him out. There's actually a queue of people that want to fight him, surprisingly enough. So this one came up as a mandatory. Let's get it on. It's a big test for both Siar and for Kane.
It's good to get an away experience on the record, something to.
It'd be a fantastic win if he can go there and pull it off, which I believe he can. It's a fantastic piece of business for him. You go away, you get the experience of fighting away from home. You don't have the pressure of selling tickets. Gets through this, and then we'll just be looking for another one. And I want to get him out maybe like 3 times before Christmas, September till Christmas. Just get him out, because I have a lot of belief in him. but he has to get past guys like this if he's going to do it. That's not disrespectful to Kane Stewart. He's a decent fighter, but CR has to blow away decent fighters. If he wants to do the things that he wants to do, he has to smash these guys up. That's what we're doing.
He was running through his wish list with me on Sunday.
People he wants to
Basically
fight.
just went,
Every week I get one, a text followed by a phone call and then another text sort of. Yeah, but he's not even your weight, sure. You can't fight him. I'll fight him anyway. Yeah. No, so okay.
So
it's good to fight with people like that. You know, some fighters scared of their own shadow. Oh, I don't want to. You know, that guy drew with someone that drew with him 4 years ago. Shia will fight anybody, including people above him in weight, and you know sometimes.
So Onder I don't know as much about Onder. Is he much the same? He doesn't.
He's similar in some ways. He's different in some ways. Onder's a bit more of a. Well, he's older. He's older, so he's probably a little bit more sort of mellowed in that sense. He's a good fighter, Onder, and
I was going to say his style reminds me of Darryl Williams.
Very similar to Darryl Williams, yeah, very similar. I mean, and he can punch a bit, and now he's going to move on to bigger things. Onder, he's done the small hall sort of 4-rounders and 6-rounders, and I've put him forward. Obviously with Elliot Matthews, who I was managed from scratch until about sort of 10 days ago. Gave him his contract back.
That was at his asking, though, right?
Yeah. Well, a bit of a sore point in some ways. I mean, he started off saying to me, as a businessman who's told me he'll sponsor me, but not if you're managing me. So I'm like, well, Elliot, you're like mandatory for the English title. I've stuck with you for nearly 6 years, and you're going to have this big fight sort of coming up, big payday.
So you'd actually got him into the position for the English
title.
title.
I've petitioned to get him made mandatory. He gets made mandatory, and then surprise, surprise, he wants his contract back. After sort of, for me, I mean, I would have hoped maybe that he would have stuck with me. Also, just purely from a business point of view, I mean, he's signed with Mo Pryor, and he's trained by a guy called Dennis Maycock. I mean, Dennis Maycock and Mo Pryor, neither of them's ever had a fighter in a British title fight or European title fight or Commonwealth title fight. Well, I think that's relevant because Elliot now is at the point in his career, if he's going to achieve something, the next step is to go and fight for those kind of things. And you need someone that's experienced, 100%, that understands exactly what's going on. I mean, just to give you the picture, look, we were offered £7,000 as an opening offer. Then we were offered £10,000 in a longer term deal, and we go to Brentwood to fight. And then it became, we can have the fight at your call. That's a much better deal for Elliot. I spoke to Elliot on the day of the purse bids. I said, look, Elliot, right, they've offered us this, let's just do it, let's get that. We can, and he said, no, I want to get my management contract back. I don't really want to work with people who don't want to work with me. At the same time, I'm not going to kiss goodbye to money. So I just said, look, give me this amount of money, that's what I want, and I'll sign it off. So that's what I've done. I've got paid for it. The thing is, the offer was 10,000. It went to purse bids. His share of the purse bids, now they put in a much smaller purse bid than I think he thought they were, whoever was advising him behind the scenes thought he would get. And he's now, I believe, got to take the fight for, is it 4,400 rather than 10,000? That's a lot of money gone down the drain.
Presumably that's not including what he's paid you.
No, he's paid me,
and then he's
only getting that amount.
On.
So he now finds himself in a significantly less well-off financially. And I hope he goes back to the people that advised him, that said to him, "I'll do it this way," because basically they owe him $6,000. Well, that's the advice that he's followed.
Assuming Elliot wins, and I know that you do actually want him to do well because you do still care about his career.
I do actually want him to do it. I would have liked to have been, if you've been with him from chapter 1 to 19, you kind of want to be with him for chapter 20 as well.
Yeah.
So I do actually still want to see
him do well.
Chapter 20 be a nice, happy ending. I would have liked to have been part of that chapter 20.
Well, you could be part of chapter 21 or 22 if you get your plans going back to the man we talked about
so
first.
now, look, purely not out of spite, purely as a businessman and as manager for Onder, I have to do what's best for him, and what's best for him is for him to be made mandatory for the English middleweight title next. So, and there's also, you've got to think that Joe Mullender is a good boxer. I went to see that fight purely so that I could help Elliot with the fight, because I knew, right, Elliot's going to box the winner of it. Mullender has improved a lot. He was a lot better in his last fight than what I'd seen of him previously early on. He was a lot less crash bang wallop, still a little bit crash bang wallop, but a lot more technical than what I remembered him before. And also the tactics he employed, he was sort of going first, catching the shots coming back at him, and then coming back with a second wave of punches. And I thought that was really clever compared to what happened the first time those two fought. He'd sort of he'd obviously digested what happened and altered his tactics, and it worked well for him.
How do you see Onder versus Elliot going?
I think Onder will beat him. Yeah, I think Onder Ozgul, if he fights how he boxed on Sunday, he will beat him. He was doing all the things that you need to do to stop a sort of tall, gangly, awkward, slippery southpaw from negating what you've got, and he was smashing him. I mean, no one's going to take that for 10 rounds. Elliot Matthews won't take that for 10 rounds. He gets stopped. So that's now I've got to do for Onder. I need to push him on. So we've been onto the board first thing Monday morning, and we will be putting him forward as a mandatory for the English title. And Onder will go and fight anywhere, and whoever fights him is in trouble. So let's just get it on, let's do it. And if he boxes how he boxed Sunday, like I say, there's not a middleweight in the UK that isn't going to have problems with him. So
yeah, he did look very good. Finally, next week we'll be in a different location for the blog.
Vegas, baby. Let's do it.
Starting to really take hold, the excitement now.
Yeah, I go out every year. We've already got things set up. We're going to be going to it's called the Mayweather Gym. We go there. We're going to go to Top Rank. We're going to go to a place called Centre Ring, which is a brilliant. It's a club. You have to go there. We'll take some clips when we go there. It's the heat in there. Like, at least in Mayweather's you've got air conditioning. In this Centre Ring you've got none of that. Full of Mexicans. And they all come to kill you every day. There's no, it's not a sort of fencing, or it's not like a dance. They're going in there to smash you up, and that's a good experience for my guys. So far I've taken Elliot Matthews, one of the guys I took out there. I've taken Hollywood Josh, Eject Povey, he came out before. This year we've got Asinia Byfield, the newly crowned Southern Area champion.
Right.
He'll be out there. And Hollywood Josh for his second stint out there, and I've taken Aaron Morgan, Lloyd Elliott, all the guys I took there. Darryl Williams did very well out there. No, look, I'm looking forward to it. We're going to go and have a brilliant couple of weeks out there. Adam, I know it's your first time there, so new experience for you. It's from a boxing point of view. Look, from the reason I go to develop the boxers, but to go out for 2 weeks, then come back twice a year or something. That's perfect. That's really good. It teaches the guy, keeps them sharp, reminds them of what this business is about. Going out there, you learn a lot. And in the gym, you've got all top 10 guys, so you can see the blueprint, if you like, where you've got to go, what you've got to do, and you see them training, and you soon realise, I've got to really push myself the same as what they're pushing themselves to hit those levels.
Well, on that note, until Vegas.
Looking forward to it, Adam. Thank you very much. See you then.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers for watching, guys. Give us a like. Thank you.